Hello everybody, welcome. It's the 19th of July. It's very hot outside and I'm just here putting those handles on those the little espresso mugs I spoke about. So I've just thumbed them off quickly. Just gonna dip my finger in the water pot there and with my fingernail just create the slip and the scouring, the scoring that is needed right there. Okay. Working off a banding wheel. Take the handle. Now I pull these handles perhaps a little bigger than I really. So I'm just cutting a bit off so they're not quite as big. So then now with my knuckle, and this is key, to create that little bit there, make the ending a little bit fatter. So now, and then offer that up to the scored keyed area there. Using my thumb here across the top like that and my index finger on the underside, okay? Practice these things and you will get better at them. Okay, so just pulling the handle off from the pot. Just remember, keep this at a right angle. Never let it go at an angle like that, otherwise it will develop a weak spot just there. Okay, like that and like that. With these I'm just scoring them down the back with my fingernail, thumbnail, just to create a kind of spine, so to speak, down the back of the handle there. Okay, and now holding it by the end, let it come around and judge the size that you need. These are espresso cups are supposed to be. I don't know. I wouldn't imagine you'd just want to get more than one finger in there really. So then just as I'm doing here and underneath, just tidy it. Alright, and then here across the back of the handle there where it still looks a bit wet, a little bit shiny, just drag a dry finger across it like that. Okay, and that will then render it no longer wet. And now I'll be able to smear out that fishtail like that, you see, because you've got to push the clay across. And the little tail, off with him. Alright, just make sure he's as he should be. You can make some little visual adjustments to the handle by raising it or slightly filling it somewhere where it looks like it needs. You look at it and the handle will tell you what it needs. Alright, so yeah, the handle will tell you what it needs. So there's that, there's another one. You know, I don't have a rounder for these, but I can judge that. I can eyeball it. I can tell that it's round. Now let's just talk about, because here's an example. I've got some of these guys. not clever. You caught the plastic on it and it pulled it over and it's dented it. It's okay. Clay is forgiving stuff, isn't it? So I'll just show you this briefly. I know I've shown you this a million times, but we need to see things more than once, don't we? In fact, we need to see them more than 10 times. So this is thumbing off. So these little guys were made, and if you observe, we get the light here, you can see there's a bevel here on the corner. Okay, so golden rule, always break your corners with your throwing stick so you have a nice undercut like that, or a bevel, because that's going to become very important later on at this stage, and I'll demonstrate. So just have a sponge handy here. So you're going to just put it, now you can do this on a banding wheel, you don't have to do it on a banding wheel, but you see what I'm doing? I'm just going around like that, you see, and that's it, done. Okay? Just eyeball him, put him back down on the bench, on the board. Again, if you do a good job of with the throwing stick, you'll have really minimal work to do at this stage. Truly minimum. And that's what we want, isn't it? We don't want to have to now go through a whole process of trimming. That would be like totally and utterly unnecessary and a complete and utter waste of time. I don't know how much time you've got, but I haven't got time to fiddle around like that. Ain't got the time. Okay. This is kind of real basic, good workshop, discipline, practice, learning how to do these things. Okay. Alright, and it's done. No fuss. They're ready now for handling, and then these are going to be raw glazed when they're dry and put straight in the kiln, straight up to cone 10. What could be simpler than that? Now, don't you want to simplify your pottery? Don't you want to simplify your life a little bit? Life is getting too complex, isn't it? We've got to simplify. All right, there they are. So, okay, 8 espresso mugs done. Finito Benito. Right, let's get back over here. You know, I always like to work off a banding wheel where possible. So let's grab one of these guys, which is finished. Now we're going to scratch here just with that, a wetted finger scratch. Create the slip just by scratching. Don't add slip. Some people might have a little bowl with some slip, you know, and a little spoon, and then they've got a little needle tool to do their scratching. See, you can cut a lot of that stuff out. You haven't got to do all that. It's just time wasting. Quicker you can make the pots, the better. Generally speaking, pots that are not laboured over too much are better. The quicker you can make so much the better. showing you, am I? So you've got a water pot here, okay? You can dip the handle in the water pot as well as dipping your fingers in the water pot. Okay, just a little tip, and round she comes. Dee, 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 dee. There he is, that's what he looks like at this stage. Again, finger across the top and finger around underneath here. Alright, you've got to look at him from the sideways view and let the handle speak to you. What does it say? So if he was like that, I've just depressed it now, so I've bent him out of shape. You see, the handle might be saying something to you. The handle might be saying, Simon, can you do something about this? Lift me, please. I am dripping. You see, that's what I mean. The handle talks to you. It tells you, it gives you a kind of a feeling, doesn't it? It gives you like a comfortable feeling, or it gives you a kind of awkward feeling. You know, you sort of feel, ooh, it does not look quite. All right, so that little bit of shiny wetness there, just dry your finger on your apron and pull that finger across like that, and that will now render it no longer shiny. And now with my thumb I can come along and smear away that fishtail, you see, and then the same on the other side. And you've got that little tail there, and you want to flick him away like that, but also slightly down. That sounds a bit weird, doesn't it? Anyway, sorry, I'm trying to do this in front of the camera and it's kind of like I'm not making the best job of it, but it doesn't matter. It's more important to convey, for me to communicate to you certain things about how to do this. Alright, just look at him like that, and if he needs a little squeeze to get right, if he's not quite right, you know, shape wise. Okay. Put him on the bench, and another one bites the dust. Okay, here we are, here again. Alright, he's thumbed off. Take that wetted finger just there, scratch him. See, got a fingernail there on the end of your finger. You've got a nail. You can really put it to good use. Instead of biting your nails, you can put on handles instead. Right, so there he is. Yeah, work off the banding wheel because it'll help you keep the pot down. And when you're learning and beginning this, you need to not be waving your mug or whatever it is you're putting a handle on. You don't want to be waving it around up in the air, you know. Keep it down, and then you'll find that it's a good discipline, a good place to start with handling. Use a banding wheel, keep it down there, like I do. And there he is. So you hold him like that. See the right angle here. So now you take him by the end of the handle, which is supporting his weight, and you bring him around till he's the right size, and then you just touch him on there, and there he is. You see? Voila! What could be easier? There he is. Right, now. He's wet there, isn't he? You can't smear a wetted... When he's wet like that and shiny, you can't smear that fishtail away. So dry your finger and then wipe him over once like that. Now he's no longer shiny. Now I'll be able to bring my thumb along and just push that clay, you see? Smear it across. And there. What could be easier? I don't like to over fuss here on the end. I like to sort of try and do it fairly quickly and get it done without a lot of finger marks and things. Alright, there it is. Little miniature tankard for that Dutch espresso. Okay folks, well thanks for hanging around with me here in the studio. Yeah, these are a little bit of a fiddle because they're a little bit smaller. I don't think I make anything usually 6 ounces. My bud vases I think are 8 ounces. Yes, if you fancy coming on a workshop, we have a workshop here tomorrow. I have 5 people coming. So we're going to be busy in here. It's going to be 95 degrees or something. Yeah, come and join us for a workshop in August. I've got 2 workshops in August. I've got 2 in September, probably 2 in October and 2 in November, I think. We're getting through the year, aren't we? Yeah, so join us for a workshop, keep practicing workshop. I guarantee you will learn quite a lot. It might be the best weekend you ever spent from a pottery point of view. It may well be, it might well be. So come and join us here for a keep practicing workshop. It's mainly working on the wheel, but I'm doing demonstrations and we'll be discussing about glazing and kilns and raw firing, once firing, all of that good exciting stuff that I know that you're all tickled to learn about, as I am. Definitely the way to go, raw glazing and once firing. Gosh, no question about that. At least for the majority of the kind of work that I do, I find it suits me very well. Yes, and if you need come on a workshop, look at the dates on the website there, the exact dates, and contact me, and then come here and join us in Milheim, Central PA here. It's pretty nice here. We've got Amish and good beer, local beer. We have a wine bar. We have an art gallery. We have a pottery. There's quite a lot of stuff going along. A lot of organic thinking people, you know, organic farmers market, etc. If you want a Leach treadle wheel, get in touch with me. If that interests you. It won't be everybody's cup of tea, but it will be a lot of people's cup of tea. Okay folks, that's it. Thanks for joining us. Keep practicing as always. Next video, maybe later on this afternoon, is going to be a dozen tea bowls for sale. I'm going to have a dozen tea bowls for sale on the table outside, so join us for that. We're going to be at knockdown prices. Thanks folks, take care, bye bye.